Alright, bro people, this is it. The contest is open. The best comment of you, my beloved brutal subscribers, will have a personalized t-shirt of the Brutally Honest Army. The winner will be picked by my guinea pig and will get to launch an episode. So be ready, have fun, and win! Today, science has been shocked by a vegan YouTube scientist that has proofs that we are in fact herbivore. Up yours, biology! So let's see what this ignorant vegetard has to say. Oh, and I got nothing against vegans per se. I hate these unscientific vegan morons that think that we are herbivore instead of just exercising their conscience on the matter. So it's a choice. It's not that you have to fake up science in order to corroborate your beliefs. Show this video to every idiot who thinks we are not omnivores. Enjoy!
Hi there, this is Nikki. So here are 10 reasons.
Whoa, bad start, lady. You almost forgot to rise up the other 5 fingers to make it 10. I told you B12 was important, but you know.
Why we are not natural meat eaters. Number 1, our teeth are flat and square.
Like your electroencephalogram, you mean? By the way, nice choice to film yourself in gray. It resembles majestically the color of your pathetic life.
They resemble the teeth of other herbivores. We do not have the teeth that are strong enough or sharp enough to rip through flesh, bones, feathers of other animals. And our ability to chew in a side-to-side circular motion is a unique trait of a herbivore, whereas carnivores chew just in an up and down motion.
Ho 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 ho! You have to take again biology class. Okay, I will take this burden and I will try to explain it as simple as possible to suit your lack of IQ. Teeth are tools, and as tools, they can also serve as a weapon, but it depends by the evolutionary path a species took. Take the most famous carnivores, felines. No matter if we are talking about lion, a tiger, a panther, or the lovely ossico, we are talking about predators, who are specialized in using teeth and claws to kill their prey. And yes, to rip more easily the meat, since they don't have hands to use, you know. But again, these are tools, not a sign they are carnivores. Because if it was, for example, the next lovely creature will be a carnivore as well. Meet the tuft deer. As you can see, this type of deer has fangs. So according to your bizarre supposition, this animal should be a carnivore, right?
No!
Guess what? It's a herbivore! And these fangs are used for defense. And we are not talking about Photoshop or a movie prop. This fucking animal is real. Humans have teeth that are indeed different from an herbivore and a carnivore. They are not entirely flat and wide like a herbivore, nor pointy and mostly rounded like carnivores. We have a totally different type of teeth because they have to serve for multiple purposes, and any exon will show you that. We developed other tools to hunt and kill that were more efficient than fangs and claws. We developed weapons, and by cooking the meat, we killed bacteria and made it easier to chew. If we were not able to do it, we will be like one of our primate cousins, the baboon, and his tiny little teeth. Oh, by the way, even chimpanzees eat meat, and gorillas too.
Number 2, our lack of claws and sharp teeth make it really difficult for us to kill and catch our prey without the help of any tools.
Wrong! As I said, we developed weapons and other tools, plus we discovered, thanks to the superior brain that you seem not to possess, the herding and crop farming granted a more stable source of food. You are the type of person that will go to an otter telling him that he is an herbivore because if he wasn't using rocks to open clams, he couldn't do it by his bare paws. Haha, gotcha, otter!
Number 3, carnivores have highly acidic stomachs.
I have it too, by listening to your ignorant arguments.
They have 10 times the amount of hydrochloric acid than humans and other herbivores do. This is so that they can rapidly dissolve and digest the toxic flesh.
Toxic flesh! And here we know you suffer from orthorexia, which is very likely to be the reason because you're vegan and you are talking bullshit like this. Oh, by the way, our pH in the digestive system ranges from 1 to 7.88, depending by the tract of the digestive system we are talking about. So again, you are wrong!
Number 4. Carnivore urine and saliva is acidic. Herbivore saliva and urine is alkaline.
Saliva is made from 99.5% of water, and the pH value arresting whole saliva is slightly acidic, which varies between pH 5.75 and 7.05, and it increases with increasing flow rate up to pH 8. It fluctuates during the day, but mainly is slightly acidic. Guess what? In dogs and cats, for example, the pH of saliva is higher. The pH of a dog's saliva varies between 7.34 and 7.80, as discovered by Altman and Dittmer in 1968, whereas the average value for cat saliva is 7.5, as discovered by Awati in the year 2000. It means that on an average, it's less acidic than ours, you moron! Also, normal urinary pH for both dogs and cats ranges between 5.5 and 7.0. So, my dear idiot, you are wrong!
The main enzyme in human saliva is ptyalin. Ptyalin allows us to digest carbohydrates which are only present in plant foods. Carnivores and omnivores do not produce ptyalin.
Wrong! Omnivores do produce ptyalin, like for example another omnivore like the mighty bacon giver, the pig. Ptyalin is not found in carnivores because it's useless if you don't have to digest starch, and omnivores, since they eat both vegetables and animals, need that. How can they not possess it, you ignorant dickhead? You really must have been born on a highway, because that's where most accidents happen.
Number 5. Plant eaters' intestinal tract is generally much longer than that of a carnivore's. A human intestinal tract is 10 times the length of our torsos, whereas a carnivore's is only 3 times the length of their torsos. This is so that they can eliminate toxic flesh before it starts to decay inside them.
Oh, something true for once. We need this type of intestines because it's the most efficient in digesting both vegetables and animals, but we still cannot process certain fibers and seeds, while herbivores have no problem doing it. If you eat them in a certain quantity, you know what will happen? The same type of diarrhea pouring out of that asshole you call mouth.
Number 6. All carnivores have a smooth intestinal wall, whereas plant eaters have a convoluted intestinal wall made up of pockets and finger-like villi. Our food passes through at a much slower rate, allowing us to slowly absorb nutrients into the bloodstream. Animal foods can cause blockages, ruptures in the pockets of our intestinal wall, which can lead to some serious conditions and colon cancer.
Wrong! Diverticulitis is caused by a natural predisposition to the illness, and a diet with excessive sugars and fat and not enough water and fibers. So we're talking about fats and sugar in general, not meat. You can chuck down a gallon of olive oil every day and eat tons of marmalade and you get it no matter what, you spastic fucktard. You are simply trying to demonize meat because you have a fucking psychological problem. Go to a shrink and not in front of a camera, because people like you are the reason why the gene pool needs a lifeguard.
Number 7. If you feed a cat or a dog some eggs and bacon, they will not build up plaque on their arteries. But if you feed a bunny rabbit, a human or a gorilla eggs and bacon, they will build up cholesterol on their arteries, which can lead to diseases like atherosclerosis and heart disease.
Wrong! What the hell are your sources? www.bullshitscience.com or www.howtobeanidiot.net. Plaques will grow in every artery if there is an excess of LDL cholesterol that starts arteriosclerosis. Dogs and cats included, their biology doesn't make them immune to that. And mammals are susceptible to arteriosclerosis. Why don't you ask a biologist like me, or a doctor, or even a vet? You know, the one you bring your cat to after you're almost killing feeding him vegan cat food. Do this instead of be brainwashed by some idiot like you.
Number 8. Unlike cats and other predators, humans have no natural killing instincts. Our ability to kill is not from instinct, but it's a learned behavior.
No, you are a psychologist too. So you're saying that the reason I stabbed repeatedly the monitor over your head, it's because my parents told me to. Great. So why don't you go to a serial killer and explain this to him? See you on the news. Because you're wrong!
Number 9. Carnivores kill their prey and then they enjoy delving into the blood, guts, veins, ears, testicles, brains and guts and so on.
Not that they can do much else without, hands.
Whereas humans selectively breed animals for food. They are killed with weapons and machinery.
Sure, shame on us for developing a way to get abundant food with which you were raised instead of starving to death. Shame on us!
The blood is drained because we don't like the taste of blood in our food.
See, for example, Mazai is mixing cow milk with blood, the Italian sanguinaccio, and me going crazy for tartar, bleu steak, and raw hot are just abominations. Why don't you go take a walk on a minefield and talk for yourself, you brainless fuckwit?
They are then beheaded, defeathered, dehorned, dehaired, disemboweled, and selectively cut, ground up, processed, refrigerated, and then cooked, seasoned with herbs and spices, condiments, plant foods, lettuce, tomatoes, mustard, so that it's more desirable to the human palate.
Fuck the art of cooking. How dare we to eat more comfortably, more deliciously, and kill the poor innocent bacteria, you crazy bitch! I do it, in fact!
Number 10. Humans have empathy. Even some of the biggest meat eaters don't want to contemplate about where their food came from. A visit to the slaughterhouse or watching an animal being killed firsthand is an ugly experience. This might explain why jobs in slaughterhouses have the highest turnover rate than any other industry. The smell of death and fear does not cause us to salivate. We know suffering when we see it, and most of us would rather not cause harm to other beings.
Wrong! I kill and process my food every time I can. I have no fear of blood. I am not disgusted or horrified. And this kind of job is shit on the long run because you are in the cold. Your pay is low. The smell of blood and shit of animals stays on you for long, and it is fucking hard as a job. The problem are overly sensitive, whiny, ignorant, pathetically dumb people like you, with their head full of misconceptions and fairy tales. Walt Disney's movie fucked up your brain so bad that now you live in an imaginary world of talking animals, while this animal doesn't give a shit about your ideologies. You swim in a pool of pseudoscience to corroborate your irrealistic beliefs, and you don't care about actual facts because facts will burst the bubble you live into. You are mentally challenged and mentally ill, and I'm sick and tired of people like you spouting ignorance, preventing progress and science, and forcing the children to follow your absurd ideas, brainwashing them into believing your own insanity. So thank you. I may love to shop, but I'm not buying your bullshit.